Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome aboard the Extraordinary Express. We will now demonstrate the use of the safety equipment carried on this journey. Please give your attention to the crew in front of you. On or under your seat, you will find no seat belts, but a checklist. To survive, check off 3 out of the 6 items on the list. To check off an item, make sure you have sufficient evidence to prove your worth. Should the pressure become high, an oxygen mask will not appear anywhere. Immediately pull yourself together. If you cannot breathe normally, please remove your ego and any self-respect. Bend your head down slightly, place your hands over your face, and cry. Yes, there is no safety equipment. You must place the checklist before, above, and beyond your own needs. It is your life vest on the ocean of deportation. Fasten your imaginary buckle and get ready for the ride, because the only way out is through. We wish you a pleasant journey.
Hello! Hello. Hi. My name is Timmy, and this is Devin Hernandez. And today we will work together to take you on a journey. Hopefully you will be helping me and us on this journey. So, to begin with, I am an international artist here on a visa. Specifically, the O1 visa, or the visa for an alien with extraordinary abilities. In, they label as sciences, education, business, or athletics, which they label as A, or the arts, which they label as a B. The O visa is how a lot of international artists legally stay and work and contribute to the U.S. artistic landscape, or more importantly to the U.S. government, contribute to the U.S. economy. How the visa works is that you need a petitioner who should be a U.S. passport holder to file a petition to the U.S. government on behalf of the beneficiary, presenting extensive documentation of evidence that I'm extraordinary, evidence that I'm extraordinary. In support of an O1B arts petition for a non-immigrant visa, the petitioner must establish that the beneficiary has extraordinary ability, which has been demonstrated by sustained national or international acclaim. And the beneficiary has achievements that have been recognized in the news. Extensive documentation is coming to work in the area of extraordinary ability, but not necessarily that the particular needs to be performed or requires someone of such extraordinary ability. 6 criteria. Pick my best 3. I will show you that I'm Yes, so today you're here to help me build a case to apply for the visa. And actually, we have begun doing some work back in June if you were here with me, but if you were not, previously on the show. This Dear immigration officer, I am Audra, a famous diva known for gypsy and ragtime. I was nominated for Best Diva Award for my performance in and Best and won 900 other awards for various other projects. I am very accomplished and legitimate expert in my field, which gives me plenty of authority to comment on Timmy Ong's work and sing him praises. I have the fortune of witnessing Mr. Ong's wonderful performance of broccoli carrots in the leading role of Arm. He was stunning and shiny, and his interpretation of the role was simply holy shit, to put it mildly. Additionally, I've heard many good things about his recent project, Horse, and his depiction of the unique feature role, New York. I did not personally watch it because I was too busy swimming for my life, and I deeply regret missing his no doubt rolling portrayal of the role. I wholeheartedly support Timmy Ong's application for the visa. I have no doubt that the American artistic landscape will greatly benefit from his fluffiness and his sturdiness. The greatest of them all, Laura. And this puzzle is the cast photo of the very first principal role that I did in Malaysia's National Theater. And I am right here. And that was what you missed on the show. Thanks, David. So, that means with the help of the June audience member, we have started the process and we have applied for we have started the process for a few of the criteria, specifically endorsements. Through a game of Mad Libs, we have a letter from Audra McDonough. Wow. And we have also done a little bit of work on the portfolio and promises of work part. But first of all, you can actually check up on your list endorsements. Number 4, endorsements. Take that, wrong. And for the promises of work and, sorry, for the portfolio and promises of work, this puzzle sort of represents my portfolio. Imagine each one of this is one of my projects. That's how serious it is. And for promises of work, this is a 2-parter, we completed 1 part. The second part, the promises of work part, the U.S. government wants to see that U.S. companies and people are dying to hire me. So, hey, Devin. Sure. Would you cast me as Romeo and Romeo and Juliet? Sure. Cool. Could you put that in writing? Sure. Thank you very much, Devin. What transpired there would result in what we call a deal memo. According to Google, that would be a document recording the terms of a contract and other legal details. Of course, ideally, it would be better if I got an actual contract, but this sub-criterion only asks for a written promise. Okay, who here would like to play a quick game of acting with me? Would you like that? Yeah, come on out. Come on out. Give it a Alright, what's your name?
My name is Apple.
Hey, Apple, could you look at the audience and could you pick a card from the hat? Now, how this works is, you are now the greatest actor that has ever existed in this entire world and universe. And if you show the card to the audience, that will be your only line to spar against this tiny little actor, your scene partner, that is moi. Are you ready, Apple?
Yes.
That is not what's right now.
All right.
Hey, Apple!
All right.
Could you cast me in 3 shows in 3 consecutive years in your small company's yet undetermined seasons?
All right.
Very cool, Apple. Could you put that in writing?
All right.
here is a Tic Tac for you. Thank you for having me. Yay! So, the visa actually lasts for 3 years, but in order to be approved for 3 years, I have to prove to the US government that I will be working, that I will be promised to work for 3 years, which means I need to fill up my work calendar for 3 years. All right, you sir, did you come for me? No, okay. Anyone else would like to volunteer themselves? Yes, come on out. Give her a go. Arnia. All right, Arnia, could you stand for me because you are the center of the universe. You know the rules. Would you pick a card from the hat? Great. You are now the greatest diva in the world, a bigger diva than Oliver McDonald, and this is your only line that will win you awards. Okay. Hey, Arnia.
Absolutely.
Yes. Would you like to devise new works with me?
Absolutely.
Would you like to devise a new work with me every year for the next 3 years?
Absolutely.
Would you put that in writing?
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my god, I get Tic Tacs too.
Yay! So many promises. I have been absolutely. I will get work on. All right, we will get work, and sure, I will write something out for you. So many promises, and guess what? These promises can be broken, especially in show business, due to a myriad of reasons. Maybe lack of funding, maybe due to changes in social political climate, like now, due to creatives getting canceled, like now, or falling out of friendship, etc. Any of those arbitrary reasons can cause a show not to follow through. But the immigration office cannot predict the future. So with that, we have completed our first criteria, which is portfolio and promise of work. You can check that off. We only need one more, and then we can submit the visa. Okay, let's look at the checklist again. Okay, over here. Okay, I think we can cross off our names because money in the arts. So funny. And claim success, which is not big at all. I have no idea what that means. We can cross that off as well. Which leaves us with 2 of those: positions of leadership or publication. Let's do publication. It is articles that is by me or about me. Let's do both of them.
Between winning his off-Broadway debut, building a puppet in under a week, and booking a Nickelodeon project that he had to turn down, Malaysian-born, New York-based artist Timmy has had an artistically fruitful year, following his nomination for Best Performance in a Play in the Broadway World Off-Broadway Awards for his role as Procopio the Vulture in The Sacrifice of Cassandra Becker, which received 4 other nominations. We are having a chat with the versatile, cross-disciplinary, multi-hyphenate actor and artist. Congratulations. Your off-Broadway debut earlier this year got a few nominations in the Broadway World Off-Broadway Awards. What was it like working on that play?
Yeah, oh my god, thanks for asking. Wow, Cassandra Becker was such a whirlwind. I am very happy about the nominations and I'm very grateful for the experience, but wow, it all happened so fast. So part of my role in the show is to play musical instruments while wearing a feathered jacket with a giant beak because I was playing an anthropomorphic vulture, which takes a lot of skills and talents. We only had about a week and a half of rehearsal, so we did not really have much time, but thankfully we had extraordinary talent in the room, so it all worked out. I personally think that the run should have been longer for all the work that we put in.
Given the extraordinary talent in that project, do you think there is going to be another larger production of it in the future in another theater?
Yeah, I sure hope so, but like a lot of things in show business, I will when I see it. But actually, the run could not happen any longer because, oh! I was wanted for another project. About a week after the show, I was working on 2 site-specific pieces for a one-night-only show commissioned by a non-profit art service organization.
How extraordinary. You are so sought after. Tell me more about that.
Of course. So I think this must have been about a week before, because on the audition, somebody told me that this non-profit art service organization was celebrating the 50th anniversary, and they were looking for independent artists to propose work for them. So I proposed 2 pieces of work for them, thinking that they would only take one, but oh! They liked my work so much that they wanted me to create both pieces. Yeah, and because of the samba, the whole execution part, including the construction of a giant puppet and rehearsal for both pieces, happened in the span of a week. I guess luckily I had like amazing collaborators who really rose to the occasion. I guess you can say we had an extraordinary team.
As an artist who is so extraordinarily in demand, do you ever take breaks?
Oh, that is a very good question. I am actually not very good with taking breaks. Yeah, but I actually have a health issue that ended up requiring surgery. So since then, I'm really trying to take better care of myself. It is all resolved now, but at the height of it, it got so bad that, I had to turn down the lead role of Ryder in Paw Patrol Live, a live action tour that traveled internationally. Intellectually, I know that health should come first, but turning down the Nickelodeon project, the decision was very hard to make.
I am sure Nickelodeon was very bummed to have lost such an extraordinary talent yourself. Are you better now?
Oh yes, I'm all better now. It is all clear. And actually looking back, not being able to take on such a well-known, reputable project was oddly enlightening, because when I was recovering, I actually had a really cool project lined up. So but anyways, I'm overall just very grateful that distinguished companies and industry leaders keep wanting to hire me.
This is all the time we have. What an extraordinary talent. Thank you so much for speaking here today.
Thank you. I hope you see what I did there. Hashtag keywords. That one is an approximation of actual interviews that were published on 2 different platforms. Oh my god. With that, I think you can check off applications. We have our 3 criteria, and we are ready to submit this application. How about, do you think I will get the visa? How about we take a vote? Okay, all right. I think it is not very fair for you to vote on such a gamified version of the application, so how about I will give you a summary of the actual evidence that I submitted, and then we can take a vote. How about that? Yeah? Okay. All right. Maestro, take it away. Criterion 1, portfolio and promises of work. I submitted 11 of my biggest, most significant projects, including 7 main roles and 4 feature roles. This packet of shows included a good mix of original plays that played at an off-Broadway capacity, big musicals that played in equivalent of Broadway and off-Broadway houses, as well as experimental work that I had a part in devising and making, and not just performing. And each show packet included a brief intro of the show and the producing company, the job offer either in the form of the actual contract or in the form of an email, as well as the program with my face circled up and my bio highlighted. I also included articles about the show, including press releases and promotional articles, as well as reviews that came during or after the run of the show. Again, with any mention of my name highlighted and any of my pictures circled up for clarity. And where applicable, I also included readership ratings to show that first part. And for the promises of work part, that promises of work part, I had offers from 5 different companies and one entrepreneur who very generously offered me 2 to 3 shows within the span of 3 years, so my work calendar was pretty much filled up with minimal gaps. And so, criterion 1. Once more, this is for real, I can check it out for real. And criterion 2, publications. I had 5 of this kind of interviews or features and 1 award nomination. News. This does not include any mention of me in reviews or any promotional articles because those I packaged as a portfolio, even though technically they also count as articles about me. So criterion 2, check that off. For real this time. Jump ahead to criterion 4. I had 10 recommendation letters from various parties, including 2 big name actors who work across stage and screen, entrepreneur, a lead artist and entrepreneur with a solid brand name, a producer and the top management of the theater company, 4 different artistic directors, a director with several fellowships and a solid body of work under his belt, as well as an industry peer, longtime friend who's an up-and-coming actor. None of those. Oliver McDonald is not real, but we got that. So criterion 4, endorsement, check it off for real. And because I am me, I added 1 more criterion, positions of leadership. This is also a 2-parter. They want to see that you have held positions of leadership and you will hold positions of leadership. For the cast, I included a letter that said that I co-founded a writing partnership that has produced a handful of work in big and small festivals and commissions. And for the future, I was promised via another letter a very important role in the company as the only internal talent within the ensemble with the capability to translate the company's repertoire from English into their target language. So that is also done. Master, thank you. So criterion 3, you can check that off. We have 4 criteria now. Yeah? Now, I think we're ready to take a vote. Alright. I ask you to gently close your eyes. It's okay, it's safe. I'm here to guide you through it. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. If, after hearing the summary of this 300-page application, you think that it's a yes, I should get it, I deserve it, it should be approved, please raise up your hand. Very well, you can put your hands down for safety's sake. Conversely, if you, after hearing this 300-page application, you think it's a no, you should be denied, rejected, this is not good enough, reject, please raise up your hand. Very well, let's put your hands down. Once again, just for safety's sake, if after hearing this summary of 300-page application, you think he should get it, please get that man the visa, please raise up your hand. And keep your hands up and open your eyes and look around you. Thank you. You can put your hands down now. Thank you very much for your generous support. I think the vote is very clear. It is the unanimous vote that I should be approved for my visa. Well, whether that happened or not, we shall see. The only way to find out is to hand the application over to an immigration officer to evaluate. Could you do this with me? Could you do 1, 2, 3. Yes, officer. Yes, officer. This is my idea of an immigration officer. American materialism disguised as a pig. Take it, officer.
First criterion. It appears that the beneficiary meets this criterion. Second criterion. The record includes no supporting documentary evidence indicated of the beneficiary having achievements that have garnered him national or international level media attention. You have not establish that the beneficiary meets this criterion. Third criterion. The record does not sufficiently differentiate the beneficiary as critical to overall operations from other employees and from other employed actors. You have not established that the beneficiary meets this criterion. Fourth criterion. None of the testimonial evidence describe in sufficient detail the beneficiary's achievements in the live theater industry, nor do they show the beneficiary as being prominent or renowned. You have not established that the beneficiary meets this criterion.
I thought the processing took too long, so I even paid $2,000 to get an answer. The evidence of record does not establish that the beneficiary qualifies as an O1B under section 101A 15(o)(I) of the Act. Therefore, your petition is denied. that a few things could have gone wrong. The sections that I thought were strong were perhaps not as strong as I thought they were. I perhaps did not explain my case to the immigration officer like they were 5. Or some people just told me it was just my luck. My application simply landed on the wrong desk. As in, I got a harsher officer. And there's some merit to it because 6 months later, when I reapplied for the visa using the same application, okay, the caveat here is that there was a lot of rearranging of the information and a lot of tweaking for clarity, as well as beefing it up to a hefty 900 pages. But essentially the same application presenting the same points. When I submitted that application, I got the visa without a hitch. What I learned from this process is that the American immigration system is decidedly unobjective. Is the law supposed to be objective? Well, I think it is. That's why we call it black and white. But the truth is, like a lot of major organized religions, the U.S. immigration system is made up of objective frameworks, but with subjective interpretation. Subjectivity is not necessarily bad, because that subjectivity is what eventually got me my visa. That subjectivity is what allowed me to argue my case as an artist, because art is subjective. Yeah? However, the subjectivity also means that the system can bend for some and break for others. If you were in my shoes, do you think you would be able to compile all your life's work and prove to the U.S. government that you should be here? And if/when you fail, do you think you would have the willpower and sheer determination to try again? Or the guts to just be here anyway? Who are we here to decide who deserves to be on this soil? What have we done more than the person sitting next to us, more than me, more than this person there, to deserve to be here even more? Because right now, this whole deservingness is decided through a rather convoluted, confounding, and dare I say, conceited process and system. Yeah, well, for one, to begin with, the system is classist. If I, as someone who I consider as someone who is highly educated with a master's degree from a reputable school, who, if I may say so myself, speak okay English, and who is able to hire a lawyer if I have a hard time navigating the system, what do you think happens to the poor, undocumented farmer down south picking out our strawberries right now, who may or may not even finish high school, or may not speak a lick of English, and who may or may not be able to afford a lawyer? How do you think he is supposed to get his papers properly processed to legally be here and work here? Secondly, my visa criteria is asking me to present to flex my material gains, my capitalistic accolades, and basically show the government my economic value. But is that really a good way to evaluate the skill set, the work, the craft, the ability of an artist or an educator or an athlete, as opposed to, I don't know, go see a game, go sit into a classroom and observe a class, or like what you have done tonight, come see a show? Don't you think that's a better criteria? Give yourself a round of applause for supporting However, it is not all terrible. The fact that there is a pathway to citizenship is beautiful. I don't know what you think. I think it's beautiful because I can actually apply for this extraordinary visa infinitely. And when I feel ready, I can apply for the green card of this as an artist, which is basically just this visa on steroids. And after 5 years of green card, I can apply for U.S. citizenship if I wanted to. That's beautiful. Because let's say, in comparison, let's take Malaysia, for example, where I'm from. If you foreign-born folk out here want to get Malaysian citizenship, oh, good luck. There is a process, yes, but it is virtually impossible for you out here. And if you're denied, when you're denied, the government is not obligated to tell you why. This is a hard stance that Malaysia has taken because In my view, Malaysia is a small and young nation. We're just about to celebrate our 70-year-old birthday and a former colony that is in many ways still healing from colonial wounds. However, the U.S., about to celebrate its 250th birthday, has been, in my head anyways, in my world anyway, has always branded itself as, come say this with me, and say this with me, has branded itself as home of the brave. Brave, like Mr. Strawberry Picker down south, brave to just be here. And land of the free, like you and me and many of us here want to be. And most importantly, a nation built by immigrants. Arguably, all of us here gathering on the unceded land of the Lenape people. So the question is, how do we decide who deserves to be here and through what kind of a system? I don't have an answer, because if I had, we won't be here tonight. And also because my answer doesn't matter, because I am not American. If you hold an American passport, this question is for you to take home. And for the record, due to my status as second-class citizen, not even citizen, second-class resident over here, and under this current administration, I have been terrified to say anything good or bad, anything at all about the U.S. government. But seeing all of you out here supporting the arts out here, you have given me my courage to speak out again. And for that, I want to thank you very much. And once again, thank you very much for being on the